You weren't a part of that '05 team that did that due to the suspension stuff and stuff like that. But I want to talk about 2006. You get back on the field against Mississippi State. You know, we've been doing our countdown to kickoff. And of course, every year at 54 days, I think it is, it comes up your 54-yard touchdown reception, Blake Mitchell to Savell. Then he hits you deep on a beautiful trick play. But in that game, you had 12 carries for 93 yards. You averaged 7.8 yards per carry, by the way. And you had 4 catches for 67 yards and a touchdown. I mean, again, just talk about that game as a whole, getting back to college football and how sweet that was for you after going through that adversity in 2005 and getting reinstated back on the team and doing what you did in the '06 season.
I first want to thank you for even asking that question. This is the first time anybody has ever asked me this question, because it also leads to why I embarrassed myself and almost embarrassed my university on live national TV. And even though I've apologized for that again, I mean,
and I'll do it again. And I'll say this, not to cut you off, Cory, but I know that, like, from our interactions and seeing you comment on social media, what's funny about it is most people look at that as a legendary moment. And I think most people know what moment we are talking about in the Mississippi State game with you and the camera, whatever. Most fans, though, I mean, like 99% of them, when they look back, is like, oh, that's a legendary moment. But you obviously view it very differently. And so, I mean, I'd love to hear, because, again, I know that's just another, you know, life lesson and a teaching moment. And that's one of those things where you grow and you develop as a young man at that time, but a human being. And you look back, I'm sure, and you look back at that moment and, you know, I'm sure you look at it a little bit differently than maybe you even looked at it in that present moment. But anyways, not to cut you off, but it's just interesting how that's like from the fan side of things. People are like, oh, that's, you know, that's one of those legendary clips of all time, you know, put that out on social media. And for you, it's different, but for you, it's different. But for you, it's different.
Yeah, it's different because I'm much smarter. I'm older now. You know, I'm more mature now. I understand the influence of what music can do. You know, it cost me millions. It cost me money, you know, not knowing that I would be viewed negatively, you know, just for reciting some artists' lyrics. But, you know, if it happened like now in today's society with social media and everything exploding the way it is, yeah, I pretty much would be a legend, and you know, it would be great. But you know, hey, I guess I'm always ahead of my time. But you know, that game, a lot of people, you know, don't know. You know, I had to, you know, really gut check myself for a whole year. Never stopped playing football ever in my life until that year, and I was able to get my academics in order, but to miss out on the game that you love and all you are is a practice dummy, because that's exactly what I was for the whole year. I just prepped the first team defense or special teams. I was always the best guy on the other team, you know, scout team, you know, just helping our guys get better. So when I got the opportunity that first game, man, I said I had to do something or make a statement some way, somehow. I never meant for it to be a negative statement. It was to let people know, hey, I'm back. You know, whatever you thought I wasn't going to be, I'm here to reclaim it. And it just went south, especially after a long run. You know, you're excited, you know, family is watching, you know, you want to shout out as many as you can. And hey, you know, the ignorance came out of me. Let's just say that, you know, but I'm glad that I was able to experience that, because, you know, let your last mistake always be your greatest teacher, you know, and that taught me a very valuable lesson. And I hope that it teaches some of these young ones a lesson rather than it make me legendary on that. But, you know, hey, what can I say?